Footnotes from the Life Application Study Bible. Leaving Caesarea Philippi, Jesus began his last tour through the region of Galilee. Why were the disciples afraid to ask Jesus about his prediction of his death? Perhaps it was because the last time they reacted to Jesus' words about his death, they were scolded. In their minds, Jesus may have seemed morbidly preoccupied with death. Actually, it was the disciples who were wrongly preoccupied, constantly thinking about the political kingdom they hoped Jesus would bring and their positions in it. They were worried about what would happen to them if Jesus died, and consequently, they preferred not to talk about his predictions. The disciples, caught up in their constant struggle for personal success, were embarrassed to answer Jesus' question. It is always painful to compare our motives with those of Jesus. For believers to be industrious and ambitious is not wrong, but when ambition pushes aside obedience and service, it becomes sin. We are all like the disciples, and even like the Pharisees in this regard. Pride or insecurity can cause us to overvalue position and prestige. In God's kingdom, such motives are destructive. The only safe ambition is directed toward God's kingdom, not our own advancement. We must renounce pride and status seeking. They are Satan's tools and not what Jesus wants us to use. Serving others is real leadership. Jesus described leadership from a new perspective. Instead of using people, we are to serve them. Jesus' mission was to serve others and to give his life away. A real leader has a servant's heart. Servant leaders appreciate others' worth and realize that they're not above any job. If you see something that needs to be done, don't wait to be asked. Take the initiative and do it like a faithful servant. Don't approach life expecting high positions, honors, and special privileges. Look instead for ways to help others. Jesus taught the disciples to welcome children. This was a new approach in a society where children were usually treated as second-class citizens. It is important not to only to treat children well, but also to teach them about Jesus. Children's ministries should never be regarded as less important than those for adults.